I must confess, I do make a fantastic barbecue burger. But when it's pouring rain, I like to go out for a burger. Our food columnist Liane Faulder has been to 3 local burger joints and joins me now with the results. Liane.
Hello, Mark.
How are you?
I'm so well.
Good.
Yeah.
There are lots of burger places in our city. How did you get it down to 3?
Well, I decided to do 3 quite different experiences. So first, I went to a big franchise called Faulder to see if having more than 100 locations worldwide meant that they actually knew what they were doing. Then I tried a small local joint named Rodeo Burger, and that's relatively new, and I just wanted to check it out. And then my third choice was something that was kind of in between, and that is a local full-service restaurant with a beautiful patio known as Devlin's.
Okay, so let's break it on down. First things first is Fatburger. Mm-hmm. So, did it live up to what you thought it would live up to?
It's pretty good, but I have to say, I'm not sure I drive to South Edmonton Common over there by IKEA to sample those burgers. I mean, it is a big fast food franchise with a shtick, right? And the shtick is diner. So it's all red and white and checkers, and they have jukeboxes and lots of retro rock and roll and classic soul kind of blasting out. And every time you order a burger there, someone shouts, "Fat Burger!" So it's really loud.
Right.
But it's really great for families, and it's quite a lot of fun. It's got a really fun atmosphere to it. And
does that atmosphere equal good burgers, though?
Probably the atmosphere is better than the burger, and probably the milkshake is better than the burger. But the burger's not bad. It's made from fresh AAA Alberta beef, even though head office is in Santa Monica. They do use local product, and they're made by hand, so they have kind of a nice homemade kind of lumpy look to them. And they have, just sort of your standard accompaniments, mustard and ketchup and so on. You can get cheese, bacon, or even chili for an extra $1. Plus, if you actually want them to put a fried egg on top of your burger, which is quite cheesy now. Did you know that?
I
fried
did not
eggs
know
on
that.
top of burgers, very hot.
Huh.
They'll do that for you. But their milkshakes are kind of legendary and not to be missed, actually. I would recommend the milkshake highly.
And how do these burgers taste?
Good. Yeah, they're good. That's all I'm going to say.
I'm not hearing it. Hearing it. Okay, and cost-wise?
Tax tip, the whole business, if you have a milkshake and so on, about $30 for 2.
All right. That's Fatburger.
That's Fatburger.
All right. And I believe there's another one coming into the City Center Mall, I believe.
Well, you've got that on me, Mr. Newsy. I didn't know.
Mr. Newsy.
How dumb do I feel?
Well, I wouldn't say it. No, I've seen a sign. I just saw a sign. Let's move away from the Fatburger.
I'm very defensive.
I see that. What's your second pick, Liane?
Well, I went to Devlin's, and I've got to say, I really like Devlin's. I love their patio, and I really like this burger. It is a bison burger. And I've taken to bison burgers lately because they're quite lean and low in fat, and they still have pretty good flavor. Fat makes flavor, but there's enough of a good flavor in a good bison burger that I'm happy with it. So the bison burger at Devlin's also, just to offset the low fat content, comes with a really rich gorgonzola cream and a nice Spanish onion relish and double smoked bacon, which is very, very good. And then you get a nice little side salad or some gazpacho with that. Plus on the plate, they've got these sweet little potato gaufrettes, which are just like little potato chips with that nice waffle design on them.
Yes.
It's quite elegant.
Yes.
And then if you sit on the patio on a nice day and have a beer, it's a very nice experience. So that's a little bit of your higher end burger experience because the burger will be $12 or $13, and then you got your beer on top of that and so on. So, it adds up a little more quickly at Devlin's, but I think it's a different kind of hamburger experience.
Do you have to zoop up a bison burger to make it as tasty as a regular beef burger?
Okay, yes. Okay, you got me.
Well, I'm a fan of bison myself. So
yeah, I think you do. That's why I'm a little bit so on bison burgers, because by the time you put the gunk on top, you've probably lost your health benefit. But I like them; they're tasty. And then the gunk on top is a choice, right?
And was Devlin's affordable?
Yeah, it's that kind of medium price range for a full service restaurant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Last but certainly not least.
Last but not least is my favorite, and that's Rodeo Burger.
Okay.
And it's relatively new. It's only been open a few months. It's on campus at 85th Avenue and 112th Street. It's right beside Burrito Libre. And if you're on campus, you'll know right away where that is. And it's owned by the same woman, Vanitha Pillay. And it's technically a fast food joint because you line up to get your food and then you go sit down and eat it at a little table. But the quality of the food is way above fast food. And there's a really lovely selection of burger toppings. That's actually what sets this place aside, are the fantastic toppings.
Okay. And what did you have there?
I had a very plain burger. It was called a Lone Star. They got kind of a Western theme happening here. So that's one patty with regular toppings. So their regular toppings even are fantastic. Southwest sauce, which is kind of hot, a rodeo relish, fresh salsa, caramelized onions, which is actually my favorite, banana peppers, jalapenos. And then my son had a double barrel burger, which was 2 patties, and he upgraded with guacamole and bacon, and it was fantastic. Plus their fries, which were not cheap. Like, there was $5 for a little pile of fries, but they were thin cut, made fresh in the kitchen every day. They don't come in frozen from somewhere else. Loaded with salt, which I like. Thin but crispy, really, really good. So we had a very nice experience at Rodeo Burger.
And it's a diner-like experience. And is it diner-like prices?
You know, we had just a simple drink, like a juice or something, and chips, and our 2 burgers, and it was $25. So it's not inexpensive. Again, none of these places were inexpensive, but this one in particular was very, very good. And one warning, though.
Yes.
It's very confusing when you're standing in line. They have so many toppings and so many prices with different toppings and 3 or 4 different names of burgers. Like, I was totally confused just standing there. So if you want to eliminate that, you can go online earlier and, check out what you're going to have. And then when you get to the restaurant, you're set.
All right. So let's do a recap of the 3 burger places in Edmonton you would recommend.
Okay. Fat Burger is at South Edmonton Common near IKEA. It's pretty good. Devlin's on White Avenue at 105th Street has a very good bison burger. Highly recommend it. But my favorite place is Rodeo Burger on the U of A campus at 85th Avenue and 112th Street. And I'm going to put all that information on my blog, which is called Eat My Words. And then people can get the addresses and so on right there.
All right, Liane, thank you.
Thanks, Mark.
Liane Faulder is Radioactive's food columnist, and she writes about food for the Edmonton Journal. And you can find a link to her blog on our website, www.cbc.ca/radioactive.